I love the one time, bro. So one time, I'm going to talk about a time where the courts actually made me plead guilty, like talked me into it. They talked me into pleading guilty this time.
They bamboozled you.
They bamboozled me real good. So I meet this kid, and I befriended him. He loved me. I liked him. He was a good kid. He brought me into his apartment, and he's showing me all this stuff he has. Collectors, Larry Bird rookie card. Ooh. He's just going on and on. His remote control for his PlayStation cordless. Oof. Now it's like, geez, he's got an amplifier bass. He's got rolls and rolls and rolls of change, quarters, dimes, nickels. Like, oh, I mean, this has to be at least a $2,000 score, easy. And the first time I'm in his house, I'm like, how am I gonna get this dude shit? How am I gonna get this dude shit? So I figured it out. I'm going to pick him up. He used to drink a lot. The kid would get sloppy drunk. So I pick him up. I bring him to a bar. I have no money. Bring him to a bar. This is a pretty wild one. Okay, so the kid used to get pretty sloppy drunk. So I said, I'm going to take him out to the bar. I'm going to pick him up. I'm going to go to this bar that's right around the corner from his house. My wife was pregnant at the time, my ex-wife, with our second kid. I bring him to the bar. I pretend like I get a phone call from her. I said, oh, it's my wife. I'll be right back. Go out the back of the bar. As soon as that door closes, I book to my car, run to his house, boom, kick his door in, start bringing everything out. TV. I'm wiping them out. Right before I get the last couple things in the car, I go, hey, man. I hear, hey, man, what's going on? His neighbor is watching me the whole entire time. Didn't say shit till the very last thing. He's like, is that him? I was like, yeah, he's passed out drunk. He's letting me use his TV and his bass. And he was like, oh, okay, man. So I run back to the bar. This kid goes, shit, I said his name. I shouldn't have said it. But anyway, he's like, yo, where the hell you been? I walked outside. I was like, yeah, I kept walking around. My wife, I was like, yeah, I kind of got to go. She's a little mad that I'm here. So we drive him back to his house. He's like, come in and have one beer, man. I'm like, no, I got to go. And he looks at I don't know what made him do this. He looks at my gas gauge. He goes, dude, you don't have any gas. You got to stop and put gas in. I said, yeah. He was like, let me give you some gas money. Come on, come in my house. I'll give you a couple of rolls of quarters. I'm like, no. It's fine.
I got all the quarters.
I got him in the backseat. Don't worry.
The dude turns my car off and takes my keys and starts walking. He's like, come on, bro. I'm like, oh, my God. What the fuck? This dude, so hammered, walks right through his open door and can't find a light switch. He's fucking... So I'm like, Adam, just give me my keys. I gotta go. He turns on the light, and he's still looking for these rolls of quarters on his kitchen table. He doesn't notice there's nothing on his wall, no TV, no nothing, right? So I'm like getting nervous as hell because I know the neighbor saw me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yo, I gotta go. And she's like, wait a minute. He's like, what the hell happened to my TV? Where's my PlayStation? I'm like, oh my God, dude, you got robbed. I'm like, dude, you need to call the police. And he's bumbling around. I was like, listen, I'll call the police. Give me your phone. I call 911. I'm like, yo, my friend got robbed. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, they're on their way. Adam, I got to go, though. My wife, he was like, all right, man. I was like, dude, I'm so sorry this happened to you. Boom, I jump in my car. Boom, I'm on the highway. I start calling dealers. I'm like, got TVs. I got this. I got that. Rookie cards with the swatches, official, authenticated, whatever the hell you call it. So I'm booking. I get a phone call. I'm like, I don't know this number, but I called so many people. I'm like, hello? Is this Mr.? I'm like, yeah. He was like, oh, this is Sergeant whatever from the police department. I said, how can I help you? He goes, we need you to come back to Mr. What's in so-and-so's house. I was like, for what? He was like, well, I just need you to come back because he said you were with him and he was robbed, and I need you to come back here. And I need you to come back right now. And I said, listen, I'm on my way. Whatever I could do to help. Boom, I get off the highway. I start unloading everything near the bushes. Boom, I'm all right. I get back there. Soon as I pull in, they're like, open the trunk. I said, what do you mean open the trunk? For what? What do you need to open my trunk? What do you got? I'm like, Adam, what the hell's going on over here? He's like, I don't know, dude. He's like, everybody seems to think you did it. And I'm trying to tell him you were at the bar with me. I'm like, yeah, I was at the bar with him. They popped the trunk. Nothing's in the car. It's like, so I don't understand what's going on here. They're like, the neighbor said that he saw you, blah, blah, blah. I said, Oh, the neighbor said, huh?
Oh, likely story.
Oh, did you check to see if the neighbor has shit in his house? Did you check that you didn't do your job properly, officer? I'm talking all this shit.
Yeah.
They're like, you need to come down to the police station, fill out a report. I said, not a problem. Went out, fill out a report. Boom, I'm home. I unloaded all this shit, right? Now, 3 days later, I get a call from this detective. And he goes, yeah, we need you to come back down, and we need you to fill out another report. I said, what do you need me to fill out another report for? He goes, I just need you to come back down and fill out another report. I said, well, I'll tell you what. Make a copy of my first report. I was like, go fuck yourself. I ain't coming down nowhere. Yeah. He's like, well, I'm going to tell you something right now. He's like, we know you did it, and I'm going to put a warrant out for your arrest. I was like, bro, you don't know shit, bro. I was like, you got nothing on me, bro. Go fuck yourself. Okay, I'm working now, right? And I see detectives coming in. I look at my boss, go, I don't feel good, I gotta go, and I run out. Dude, God. This went on for like 3 weeks. They would show up, and my boss like, dude, what's going on? What did you do? Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I don't know. So we're bowling one night. Mike Wallace is taking me home. And I go, Mike, keep going, dude. Don't drop me off.
Oh, I remember this part of it.
Yeah. He was like, what do you mean? I was like, it's cops. I'm like, he's like, I'm like, it's the fucking cops, please. So he drops me off. I go back inside. You guys know a lot of the rest of the story. They're knocking. I'm trying to be quiet. She lets them in. They tackle her to the ground. They throw my pregnant wife to the ground, pull my 4, almost 5-year-old son out of bed, throw him to the ground, 9mm and a flashlight in his face. I wonder why he doesn't like the cops, right? I see this, I turn around, I jump on top of the cop, they mace me, they tase me, all that stuff. They finally get me downtown, and I'm like, you're a piece of shit. To the detective, I'm like, why don't you pull it over? We'll settle it outside the car, and you're a piece of shit. You got nothing on me, blah, 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 blah. So I'm like, how the fuck did they get me, though? Like, how did they get me? So Mike Wallace helps my dad. They bail me out that night. I get a phone call the next day, like, bro, from the drug dealer. He's like, I think I fucked you up. I'm like, what are you talking about? He was like, I had a fucking phone call from somebody asking me about that TV you sold me. And I said, yeah, I got the TV. You got to buy it back. I was like, yo, you fucking dined me out. It was the cops got my phone, looked at all the records of my phone, and started calling everybody I called that night. They got me for everything. So now I have a burglary. Okay. All right. So
Moral of the story.
Yeah. Moral of the story, I got a burglary. So I'm like, not guilty, because they couldn't find any of the stuff. Nobody was giving it back, nothing. The rookie cards, all that stuff, that's a whole nother story. They come to me with my charges. Larceny, first degree, breaking and entering, first degree, home invasion, mandatory.
No one was home. How did they give you a home invasion?
How do you think they got me to plead guilty? When they came at me with that 10-year mandatory, I said, guilty as charged. I broke in his house. I took all that shit. I'm so sorry. Oh, my God. They got me to plead. I've never pleaded guilty. I pleaded guilty with no contest, but I've never been like, I did it. I absolutely did it. 100%. I knew he wasn't home. I planned the whole thing out. I was saying like a canary. I ratted my own shit out. Wow. And, it was unfortunate because that kid was a good kid, man. Yeah. He still is a good person. Made my amends with him, the restitution, all that stuff. You know what I mean? But Jesus, man, the shit that we do, man. You know what I mean? The shit we do. And here's consequences of my action for years and years. My son still to this day won't go ask a cop for help.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
That's a butterfly effect you were talking about, you know? The ripple
he's still
effect.
Scared. And do you blame him? You know what I mean? His first experience with an officer of the law is throwing him out of bed, pointing a 9mm and a flashlight to his fucking face. My son was bugging out.
Yeah, I believe that. I believe that.
You know, but yeah, you know what I mean? It's like, I think about all these things. I'm like, Jesus, man, thank God I got sober. Yeah. Because, man, we could just continue to.
That would have just got